sensitive? Why everybody so sensitive? Does anybody even give? We feeling babies up with medicine. Yeah.
Ooh, sipping on juice, sitting in the coupe, thinking about school, thinking about you. Come through, sniffing on blue, sniffing on.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Well, first of all, welcome back to another episode of 600 Seconds with HYLO Art. My name is Chris MOHEAD, a.k.a. Rob Savage, a.k.a. Robbie Sunflower, a.k.a. Robbie Raindrop. And make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff, because today we got a very special guest in the building who goes by the name of
Duke MOHEAD.
Y'all give it up for Duke MOHEAD. How you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay, so look in that camera or that camera right there and let the people know what it is that you do.
Okay, so I'm Duke MOHEAD, and I do I manage my son, the host for the night, Chris MOHEAD, aka Rob Savage. But together we business partners. So even though I'm his manager, I'm actually more like his partner. I'm his dad too, but so I manage him, or we run a couple of companies, County Limit Management and HYLO Art Entertainment. And we put on shows, and he'll just let him be a star.
And you a great manager and a great dad. You know what I'm saying? You had a rough start, but you got your stuff together, and now you're a great dad. So how'd you get started?
So the way I got started was my son was been in it like 10 years, and I was getting ready to retire. I was in the Army. We was a military family. And my son hit me up one day saying, "Hey, Pops, you know something about," I can't remember the exact details, but it was either copyright or some music or something. And in my job in the Army, I work on computers and stuff all the time, so it was easy for me to go and find information. I didn't necessarily give him the answers, but I got him in the ballpark. And then maybe the next day, a couple days later, he was like, "Hey, Pops, you came up with that pretty quick. You might want to go into business with me, possibly be my manager." And yeah, rest is kind of history. That was between January, April of 2019.
Right on. So where does the business name come from? You know what I'm saying? Coyote Lemon. Explain that.
Okay, so we got two businesses, but Chris could tell you about HYLO Art. But the Coyote Lemon, the business name actually came from the Coyote. My oldest granddaughter, my first granddaughter, her name is Wiley. And for people who are a little older, Wiley Coyote, the road runner, Wiley. So that's where the Coyote part came from. Even though we never call her that, that's how we got Coyote. And then, God bless dad, my father-in-law, my wife's dad, his nickname was Lemon. And so to represent the new and the old, we call our company Coyote Lemon. And yeah, that's where it came from. And then management, just so we manage all things Chris MOHEAD, HYLO Art.
That's what's up. Who are some of your biggest inspirations? It could be business inspirations or manager inspirations. Who inspired you to do this?
Okay, so my biggest inspiration outside of you, just because I'm only in it for Chris, in the family now. Family is one of my biggest inspirations, but I would have to say the biggest inspiration in my entire life is actually the man you named after, Morsi, my grandfather. So I mean, he raised me, man. Took me in when I was like 6, and and made me a man. That's why you named after him to this day, man. So he's my biggest influence. Him and my grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah. Recipes. A big question that a lot of people ask me, and I'm sure they ask you too. How could somebody be a headliner or get an interview with 600 Seconds on the show?
All right, so if you want to be a headliner on our show on 600 Seconds, here at My House Restaurant and Bar, the world famous here on Two Notch Road, Columbia, South Carolina, 7205. All you have to do is, we do this show every single week. Every Thursday, the team is here, all of us. Corey, Jason, Rhonda, Kwame, all of us, Shy. We here every single Thursday, and we have an open mic. So you come to the open mic, and when you perform, if we like you, we'll approach you and say, "Hey, do you want to be a headliner?" And then, you come in, we put you on a flyer, we promote, you come in and you get 10 minutes to perform. We do the interview like we're doing right now. After the interview, you get 10 minutes to perform, and 10 minutes is the equivalent of 600 seconds. That's where the name comes from. So
Yeah. If we like you, we'll invite you for an interview. If you trash, we're gonna charge you extra. That's that's how we. No, I'm playing.
Keep coming to the open mics.
Yeah. So, what are some of the biggest differences that you've noticed between the entertainment industry and the Army?
Like I said earlier, I was in the Army. So one of the biggest things I see is the sense of entitlement. Like for some reason, just in my experience, we've been doing this about 4 years now, but in my experience with it, there's a lot of us in the entertainment business who feel entitled to something. Like we should automatically get our own show, our own stage, or I should perform, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, or people should follow us and all this other stuff. In the military, it's not like that. You ain't no sense of entitlement. You happy to get what you get, and you get the work. You got to work for it. Ain't no entitled.
Definitely, I definitely agree with that. So what upcoming events or shows do we have coming up?
So we got a ton coming in 2023, man. But I say the highlight, and I just talk about one is, we got the Raindrop. I won't give away the name just yet, but we got a Rain. Now we got an album coming from Chris MOHEAD. March 31st is dropping. That whole weekend we got some shows planned for that. We got a bunch of features on that. That's his last album was a classic. So this next one, the album before that was a classic. And then but this right here, so that's our big ticket starting off 2023 with your new album and a film and he'll have to tell y'all at the next interview, but that's what I'm mostly excited about. And then of course the regular shows that we got, we going on another tour again. We'll definitely be hitting Florida. We'll be hitting some cities near y'all too. So but mainly your album is the biggest thing we got.
Yes, sir. The Raindrops Act 2 drops March 31st. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all pull up so y'all can hear me premiere some of these songs off of this project before it come out. A little bit off of business. What's your favorite movie of all time? What does Duke MOHEAD watch?
I'm older, man, but man, I got so many, but I would just say, oh yeah, go ahead and tell them what it is.
Shawshank Redemption.
Definitely my favorite movie.
Yeah, and TV shows, probably Martin.
Yeah, like everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Next question is, what's on your music playlist? Who you listen to?
So right now, other than the Sunflower and Chris MOHEAD, I'm a creature of habit, man. So a lot of old stuff in my thing, but mainly Chris MOHEAD, a couple of local acts too. But the Sunflower was on there a lot, and then of course Rod Wave. If you hang around with me longer than 5 minutes, you'll hear that, and No Cap, and then Drake might slide in there too. So, but yeah.
Okay. Solid little playlist going on over there. If you could, so we're gonna go off of a manager. If you could manage any creative, dead or alive, who would it be?
If I could manage any creative, dead or alive, I know this gonna sound maybe weird and off the beaten path. I would say NBA Youngboy. And the reason I say that is not necessarily, I'm not saying I'm a fan or anything. I don't know if he would be a challenge, but I just feel like my talents would be better served with, I want to say, like Jay-Z, Master P, but they don't really need me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Youngboy need me in it either, but I just feel like, I don't know. That's what I would do.
So, do you have any? First of all, you've given me so much great advice throughout the years of my life. Do you have any advice to give to anybody out there that's watching?
Yeah, man. I got a lot of advice, but one point I would like to make, like I alluded to earlier, is, don't nobody owe you nothing. Like, don't nobody owe you shit. Like, so I would say just that. Stop. Since you asking me. So if anybody, you don't have to take my advice, but if you decide to, there is nobody that should have to follow, support you, like you, stream your music, come to your shows. This is your dream. It's not their dream, so it's not their job to do any of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be getting mad when people don't support you. Give them, with me and Chris, Chris is performing in front of an empty crowd, just me and him in the room. And we was just thankful for the opportunity. And it's like, you at some point you got to give people something to want to support. And if they never come around to it, I still feel like that's your fault because this is our dream. So I can't get mad if, who's not here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's one of my biggest pet peeves is always, I don't get no support. You should pull up. Why you want somebody to pull up out of guilt, man? If give them something to come see, and if you don't, keep it moving and shit. Like us, our show is on a Thursday. Ain't nobody got time to be coming in here on a Thursday every week. So we, so my biggest advice is this is your dream. You support it. Don't be faulting other people for not supporting you. This your shit. When you sign that $1 million contract, you're not about to go out here and break all these people off. So, yeah, that's my biggest advice.
Great advice. Definitely not allowed to curse on this show, but you know what I'm saying? Nah, but yeah. How can somebody follow and support you?
Oh man, I thought you were gonna answer that one. So we got HYLO Art on all things. HYLO. HYLO Art on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, any of that. And if you hit up on us on that, and if you're looking for a manager, we not managing nobody but Chris Mohead. He the only one that we are managing. But we'll give you plenty of free advice. Yeah, that's it.
You got any final shout outs?
So I do want to shout out the family, thank you, all of us for, all the platform, appreciate that. And everybody who continues to support my house, our entire family, anybody who's kin to us or not, and then our creative family. I don't want to name names, but all the rappers and, I start naming leasing people out. And then probably number one on our list of just people in general is my house. Shout out to my house, the team, my house, the opportunity, the family. We're a part of this my house team, and this is the spot that we want to be in and we're grateful for. So, the owners, and then Lisa, Dre, and the whole staff, the cooks, the waitresses, bartenders, all of them, thank you. And then last but not least, which I always say for last, so if you don't remember nothing else, remember this, I thank God. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank God. Thank God. First of all, we appreciate you coming through and getting this interview with us.
Appreciate you, Junior.
Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for Duke Mohead.
Yeah, you can wait for me. I can get it together. Try to get my together. You can wait for me. I can get it together. Go find you one better. A serious